Hello everyone, I'm Matt, one of Inworld's Unity developers, and in this video, I will be introducing some of the exciting new changes we are bringing to our Unity SDK with the release of version 3. Inworld is also proud to share that our SDK has been nominated in the 2023 Unity Awards for Best Development Tool. Let's get started and open up Unity. Now the first thing you'll notice is that with version 3 comes a new modular package structure. There are a variety of packages that can be added or removed from your project in order to best suit your needs. The main AI package contains the core SDK, where you will find vast improvements to our internal API, which will be sure to make interfacing with and extending our SDK a much smoother experience. Next we have the assets package, which contains a variety of both 2D and 3D animations, fonts, scripts, and other graphical assets utilized by Inworld's tools. Then we have the editor package. This contains the newly improved Inworld Studio panel for importing your characters from Inworld Studio. Let's open it up and see what the new process looks like. First, I need to get my authentication token. Let's head to Inworld Studio and generate a new Studio Access token. I'll copy the token and then paste it in and click Connect. Then I will select a workspace. Let's select the Unity gallery, then choose a scene and an API key. Then click Next. This will create a new scene for you. Let's name it Innequin. In the hierarchy, you can see that the new scene has been created. And if we look at the Inworld Studio panel, you can now see all of the imported characters from the selected scene. Let's select the Innequin character and drag it into our scene. I will quickly reset the transform, and let's also add a player controller. Now we can delete the main camera game object, as the player controller has its own camera. Now let's run the scene and talk to our Inworld character. Hello.
Well, look who we have here. It's none other than moi, the one and only, the magnificent Innequin. How can I assist you today, my fine friend? Ready for a dose of my charm and wit? Let's dive right in.
Next up, we have the NDK package. We now offer two different options for our transport layer between the client and server. Either the new default WebSocket client that sends packets through WebSockets using JSON, or the NDK client which utilizes gRPC for sending packets. There are various pros and cons for each. For instance, utilizing the WebSocket client will result in a reduced binary size for your application, whereas the NDK client will use less network bandwidth. If we look at our Innequin scene in the Inworld controller, we can see that we are currently using the WebSocket client. We can switch protocol by either manually switching the component to the NDK client, or we can use the toolbar at the top. I can select Inworld, switch protocol, NDK, and now you can see we're using the NDK client. If you would like to switch back, go back to the toolbar, select Inworld, switch protocol, and this time select WebSocket. The last two modules we have here are the Innequin and ReadyPlayerMe samples. Each offers support for 3D characters, either Inworld's Innequin or ReadyPlayerMe's avatars. The next big change we have made with version 3 is we now have WebGL support. With WebGL, you can create and publish your Inworld Unity projects directly to the web. Now, in order to set up your project for WebGL, there are first a few incompatible modules we need to exclude from the project. This includes the editor, NDK, and ReadyPlayerMe modules. You can do this by adding a tilde to the end of the file names, or by simply deleting the folders. Now, unfortunately, this does mean that you won't be able to use the NDK client or ReadyPlayerMe characters in your WebGL projects. So let's instead try building one of our Innequin scenes for the web. I'll first open up the Innequin basic scene so you can see what we're building. Now let's head to the build settings to try building our project. You can see currently our platform is set to Windows, Mac, and Linux. Let's switch that over to WebGL. Once the platform is switched, we need to add the Innequin basic scene to the build. However, at the top, we can see that this scene has already been added. Now we can build the project by clicking the Build and Run button and selecting a build folder. It may take a few minutes for the project to build, but since I've already built the project previously, we just need to wait for the application to load. And here we have our Innequin basic scene running in the web. Note that microphone input is not currently supported, so I will use the text panel to chat with Innequin.
Hi there, I am Innequin, your friendly AI character mascot here to assist you. What brings you here today?
The last feature I'm going to be showing you today is Acoustic Echo Cancellation, or AEC for short. Now what is Acoustic Echo Cancellation, you might ask? Well, let's see what happens if I run my scene with the default audio capture component. Hello.
Well, if it... my dear interlocutor, it seems we've...
What you're seeing is the Innequin's audio being captured by the microphone and interpreted as player speech. This is not ideal. Ideally, we would like to be able to filter out the game audio from our microphone. And this is exactly what Acoustic Echo Cancellation does. It will filter out the audio feedback so that the microphone will only capture the player's voice. Now I'm going to go to the Inworld Controllers Inspector and switch the original audio capture component to our new Inworld AEC audio capture component. Now let's see what happens when the character talks. Hello.
Well, if it isn't the magnificent player gracing my presence. How delightful to have you here in my humble abode. What brings you to the enchanting realm of the Innequin Gallery today?
Notice that there was no audio feedback this time. That's thanks to the Inworld AEC audio capture component. Now unfortunately, that is all the time I have to show off some of the awesome new features for version 3 of our Unity SDK. For a full changelog, you can check out our documentation or our releases on GitHub or the Unity Asset Store. Thank you for watching and learning more about Inworld. If you have any questions, visit our Discord server. And if you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe.